Sarah Miller had always been a fighter. Growing up in a family of military veterans, she learned discipline, resilience, and the importance of standing her ground. After serving 5 years in the Army as a K9 handler, she transitioned to a life on the road as a long-haul trucker. Her 2 military-trained German shepherds, Thor and Echo, were her only constant companions. They had served alongside her overseas and were now her protectors in civilian life. One late evening, Sarah was hauling a shipment across the vast, empty highways of Arizona. The golden sunset had given way to a star-strewn sky, and the hum of her massive 18-wheeler was the only sound accompanying the endless road ahead. She enjoyed the solitude, but she always stayed alert. A lone female trucker had to be cautious, especially at night. She first noticed them in her rearview mirror, 5 motorcycles, their headlights beaming like eerie eyes in the darkness. They were following too close. At first, she ignored them, assuming they'd pass by, but when they started weaving in and out of her blind spots, revving their engines aggressively, she knew they were up to no good. "All right, boys," she muttered, glancing at Thor and Echo. Both dogs sat in the sleeper cab, ears perked and eyes locked on their handler, sensing her tension. The bikers pulled up alongside her, grinning and gesturing towards her truck. One of them, a burly man with a skull-printed bandana, yelled something she couldn't hear over the roar of the engines. Another, with a leather vest and tattoos snaking down his arms, pointed at her tires, trying to intimidate her, maybe make her stop. Sarah wasn't easily rattled. She gripped the wheel tightly, keeping her pace steady, refusing to engage. But the bikers weren't backing off. They spread out, some in front, some on the side, and one daring fool even tried to nudge his bike closer to her truck's step. Big mistake. She reached over and hit a switch. The custom air horn blasted through the night, shaking the ground beneath them. The biker closest to her flinched so hard he nearly lost control. That should have been enough, but these guys were persistent. A couple of them sped ahead and blocked her path, forcing her to slow down. The others surrounded her as she eased the truck to a stop on the shoulder. Thor and Echo were already on their feet. Ears pinned forward, low growls vibrating in their throats. Sarah took a deep breath, keeping calm as she cracked her window just enough to hear the men approaching. "Hey there, sweetheart," one sneered. "You lost out here?" Another laughed. "We just want to have a little fun. Why don't you step out? Bet you could use some company." Sarah's expression remained unreadable. She slowly reached into her cab, not for a weapon, but for the latch of the reinforced cage where Thor and Echo sat, waiting for her command. "You boys picked the wrong truck." With a sharp whistle and a single word, "protect," Thor and Echo launched from the truck like missiles. Thor lunged at the closest biker, clamping his powerful jaws around the man's arm and bringing him to the ground in seconds. Echo, just as deadly, went for another biker's leg, dragging him down with a snarl. The remaining men scrambled backward, shocked and panicked as the trained K9s tore through their ranks. The man in the skull bandana tried to pull out a knife, but before he could act, Sarah was already out of the cab, standing tall with a steel gaze. "Call them off," he shouted, writhing under Thor's weight. Sarah folded her arms. "Not until you and your boys get back on those bikes and ride far, far away." The men didn't need more convincing. Those who were still standing grabbed their fallen friends and hobbled to their motorcycles. Sarah gave a sharp command, and both dogs released their targets instantly, falling back to her side with military precision. The gang didn't look back. The roar of their engines filled the night as they sped away, leaving Sarah, Thor, and Echo standing victorious on the quiet highway. She knelt down, ruffling the fur on both of her loyal protectors. "Good boys." With that, she climbed back into her truck, her heartbeat steady, her confidence unshaken. She started the engine, giving one last glance at the empty road behind her before shifting gears. The highway stretched ahead, and with Thor and Echo by her side, she knew she could handle whatever came next.
If you like the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and press the bell icon.